make it quick, we're racing in 2013. We have a schedule of 50 days, and we currently have a 1-year deal in principle. But that's 50 days so far, and a 1-year term with prospects for the future. I'll let our MPP Kim Craitor and our illustrious panel outline the processes and rationale for that, but I can assure you from my experience in this process, there was no one up here at this panel and this table engaged in the modernization of racing that we have found that does not believe that Fort Erie is needed for a stable, sustainable, modern racing industry in Ontario. For more than a year before he was even the member for Fort Erie, when I think 7 years ago they restructured the ridings. He has been a relentless and passionate representative for our cause, and I can say without equivocation the Fort Erie Race Track would have been gone 4 years ago if it wasn't for Kim. On a personal note, Kim has earned my respect, and he'll tell you that doesn't come easy or cheap. And you all know that's not an easy thing to do, to get that respect from me, but I am proud to call him my friend. And so, Kim, come on up for some well-deserved applause.
Good morning, everyone. First, it's a good day. It's a great day. You know, it's a great day for the employees. So I'm going to just share a couple of things. I don't have any speaking notes. I have lived with this racetrack and got to know it, got to love it, and most importantly, the employees, who I have the greatest respect for. So I want to share a couple of things with you. I think I am so pleased, I'm extremely pleased that the transition panel has come down. Those are the people that Mr. Meekin appointed from 3 different parties and 3 well-respected former cabinet ministers to look at the racing industry, to give us some advice about whether or not we're actually going in the right direction, or should there be some changes. And I'm going to let the panel talk on that, because those are the people that you need to hear from. And one of the advices they gave to us is that the slot program is not working. And Jim has touched on it in Fort Erie. It just wasn't working.
This is Dennis Mills here, and I'm going to officially introduce him in a second, but I got to tell you, he's been one of our keen advisors. He met with me about a year ago, and we talked about some of the things that we needed to do to go into the future, and how we can raise revenues, and how we can work with the panel, and how we're going to have to work with the industry. And he's been one of the biggest fans that Fort Erie's ever had. He's stood up for the industry with government, but more importantly, he stood up for Fort Erie when everybody else forgot about us, when everybody else had us as a footnote in some kind of report or some kind of recommendation. He has forced the conversation in this industry to include Fort Erie, and we owe Dennis a huge debt of gratitude.
Thank you, Jimmy, and I will be very brief, but a great day for Fort Erie, great work by Kim Craitor, member of the Provincial Parliament, the panel here, the mayor, everybody, Jim just whipping us every day, phone calls at 5:30, 10:30, emails, surges coming constantly. Sue Leslie, Nick Gonzalez, the HPBA, it was a great, great team effort. But I want to focus on something that Premier Wynne said 3 Fridays ago tomorrow. I believe that the Premier's announcement 3 Fridays ago was the most significant announcement in the history of horse racing in this province. She said, and I love her and I believe her, that horse racing was going to be a part of the overall gaming strategy in the province of Ontario. Now, I'll tell you why I believe that is significant for Fort Erie. And these are my views. Fort Erie, has been stated here by many today, is really the model racetrack for the future. And when you think of Premier Wynne's statement integrating horse racing into the overall gaming strategy, I've had dozens of people ask me, what does that mean? What could it mean? And I personally think it could or might or should mean a number of things that could help horse racing. Number one, there are over 10,000 OLG outlets in the province right now that distribute all the various games. Not one of them has a horse racing game or a horse racing bet. With technology today, it would be very easy to integrate horse racing into all 10,000 of those outlets. The Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation, which by the way I would rename Ontario Lottery and Horse Racing Corporation, they have the largest marketing, advertising, sponsorship budget in the entire province. When I think of integrating horse racing into the overall gaming strategy, why couldn't it be possible to make sure that the Queen's Plate, the Prince of Wales at Fort Erie, or other key races, the Coronation Race, whatever it is, could be featured in their overall advertising, marketing, communications, sponsorship strategy. So I believe that Premier Wynne's announcement of 3 Fridays ago was as important as this announcement today, because the deal that we have for Fort Erie today is a 1-year deal, as we all know, but we're asking ourselves, how do we make sure that we're here 25 years from now? And I believe that that announcement that Premier Wynne made 3 weeks ago is central and key to the statement that she made during her leadership campaign in the House, in the legislature in the last 3 weeks, including yesterday, that this is Premier Wynne saying, we are committed to a sustainable horse racing program in the future, for the future in the province of Ontario.